Hello, hello. Good morning in this lovely, beautiful day that we're getting started here. And I have the pleasure to be here with an amazing person that I have been following for a little bit, been assisting, been part of his work here, assisting him in some of the marketing that we offer here at Enrico Solutions. And I have a pleasure here to have Monte Wyatt. How are you doing, Monte?
I'm doing wonderful.
Been one heck of a year. We're just getting done with Christmas and getting ready for a new year. And I know for a fact we have some, or not we, I say we because I'm here getting some stuff out of you, but I know that you have some amazing information, some amazing experience, some amazing tools to help, a lot of business people. And I have some questions here for you, if you don't mind. Ready to begin?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's start with the first question. Before we dive into your expertise, I'd love to know what led you to become a coach. Was there a specific experience or moment in your life that inspired you to take this path?
Well, it's an interesting story. I spent about 14 years in the agricultural chemical world in
Wow.
corporate America. And throughout that time, I was in sales, sales training, sales management, marketing management, lived in 4 or 5 different places around the country, and survived 3 mergers. And after the third merger, really wasn't excited or pleased with the leadership of the company. And so after 4 years in that company, I left them to start my coaching practice. And my whole desire was to help people be better leaders and managers. And so for the last 20 years, I've been helping CEOs, executives, and business owners bring clarity to how they lead and manage their organization. And when I say lead and manage their organization, it's about people. It's about people, it's about process, it's about how you're casting a vision and how you're implementing your strategy. And so the last 20 years has been a great ride, helping so many people bring clarity to what they're doing and how they're making an impact in their business and with their customers and their team members.
I gotta say that is an awesome story there because I mean we're very close to the end of the year. A new year's about to start, and how many people don't see issues or problems within their organization, within something that they're doing? And what a perfect and beautiful inspiration to just see the problem and want to do something with it. And that problem and want to do something with it. Look at this. You've been doing something with it for 20 years, helping, inspiring. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's a great feeling helping so many people with small changes make a big impact. And small changes in how we think, small changes in how we communicate or behave makes a big difference to our team and to our success.
Nice, nice. Well, on to question number two. Reflecting on the past year, what's one key lesson you've learned that you think everyone can benefit from?
It's life. There's always challenges, there's always unfortunate things that happen or distractions that occur. But one of the phrases that I really believe in is the goal should never change, our actions should. And when I think about that statement, we always have to be focused on what we're trying to accomplish. And every day we need to reflect on what's working, what's not working, and how do we make that adjustment? How do we pivot? How do we make sure that we're adjusting our actions to get a different result? And so many people, when that doesn't go their way, the goal changes. They
Hmm.
reduce the goal or they redirect their goal. No, the goal should always stay the same. We
They
should
think
change
it's
that.
unattainable.
Say again.
They think it's unattainable. They can't reach it, the goal in itself. So they end up changing the goal.
They changed the goal because something happened that maybe they didn't get the customer they wanted, or they lost employees that has caused a downturn in their business, whatever it might be. But the goal should never change. The time frame may change, but the goal should never change, and our actions should change.
Tell, me, this is not in the next questions, but it has to do with what you just said. What are some of the things that you think everyone can benefit from?
You know, it's uh, life. There's always challenges. There's always unfortunate things that happen or distractions that occur. But one of the phrases that I really believe in is the goal should never change, our actions should change.
What about the journey in itself, Monte? I feel that a lot of people wanting to get to their goals, they forget how long it could take, or they forget that there is a journey. They forget that, like an apple tree, they need to sow, water, and wait. What about the people that don't understand that there's a journey and expect everything from one day to another, from day to night?
It's interesting because I think in order to achieve goals, we have to grow into the person that's can achieve it. And whether it's learning
Mm.
something new, learning a new process, learning a way of communicating, learning a way to interact with others, that's the power of growth. Is we recognize what we need to grow into to become and achieve that goal. And so you're right. So many people don't understand where they have to grow. So they're just spinning their wheels because they haven't improved. It's all about us. The more we improve, the easier the business gets. The more we improve, the faster we can get to our goal.
So it's never too late to want to learn something new.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. It's something that everybody has to continue to grow. If we're not growing, we're dying. And I think that's a powerful statement to say that if you're not learning something new, if you're not trying something new, if you're not experiencing something new, you're not moving forward. And that's a big part of being an executive coach, is helping people move forward, helping them recognize where they need to grow, and helping them grow in those areas so they can achieve their goals. And we are the only thing that holds us back: our belief system and our knowledge and our behaviors.
100%. I'm with you on that one. Some very powerful words. So, on to the next question here. As we prepare to step into the new year, many people face challenges staying motivated and focusing on their goals. What strategies or mindset shifts do you recommend for starting the year strong and staying on track?
One of the things that I learned from reading Stephen Covey's book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, is start with the end in mind. And I think that's a powerful thing, is setting a long-term goal. Most people, they set a goal, but they don't look at the longer term. What's the longer term impact? And when I think of business and my clients, we always set a long-term goal. What do we want the business to look like in X number of years? We select that, whether it's 3 years or 5 years or longer. We set a longer term goal, and then we set a shorter term goal so we know what we need to accomplish as a benchmark to get to that long-term goal. That long-term goal should be motivating. That long-term goal should be a guiding light for us. And I think that's something that many people miss, is that they only set short-term goals and they're not seeing the bigger picture. They're not seeing the longer term. And so I believe in a long-term goal, an annual goal, quarterly goals, monthly goals, and then daily and weekly goals, because you've got to make progress every single day. But we've got to recognize, where are we taking this business? And especially as the CEO or business owner or executive team, your employees want to know where the company is going. And you have to have the confidence and the direction and the fortitude to work towards that. So you have to choose it. And I really believe this statement: we choose our future. We choose our future by changing our actions and making a decision. It may not happen the way that we want to in the time frame that we want to, but we choose our future by our behaviors, our actions, and our beliefs. And I want to share a math formula with you that I use with my clients. It's be times do equals have. To have what you want in life, you have to be the right person and do the right things. Be times do equals have. And so many times that people are doing, but they don't have the right mindset. So they can't achieve the results that they're after. Or maybe they have the right mindset, but they're not willing to do the actions to get there. So they're still not going to achieve their goal. We need both our mindset, our being, our way of thinking, and our doing, our actions. So be times do equals have. And I think that's you can use that in every goal that you have in life. Maybe it's taking a vacation. Who do I have to be? What do I have to do? I have to save money. I have to be forward thinking. I have to be excited. I have to share the vision with others. That's in order to go on that vacation, I've got to do certain things and I've got to think certain ways. And it's the same way in business. If I'm going to grow the business, if I'm going to double the revenue, double the profit, whatever it might be, who do we have to become? We have to be more intentional. We have to be more focused. We have to be more disciplined. And I really think that that's the power of what I help people with. It's all around discipline. And I look at discipline in two different ways: organizational discipline and individual discipline. And so when we focus on discipline, we can achieve our goals. We focus on discipline ourselves and our organization.
Those are some powerful words there for anyone that's watching. Get your notes. Starting the new year. So doing I mean, I feel that you're just getting that typical New Year's resolution and making it better. Because, it's been around for the longest. Like, oh, it's a new year. Let's write a couple things that I want to do this year and whatnot. But, we could actually tailor that a lot better and take it serious, right? And I think it's actually really good to have goals and know where you're going. Because, I mean, how many entrepreneurs or even SEOs maybe don't know where they're going?
And it's your role as a CEO, business owner, executive team to guide your team. And if you're not setting a path down the road, your team is going to get frustrated. They're going to go somewhere where they see a future. And you have to be able to tell the story of who we are, where we're going, why we're going there. And I think that's the big part of setting goals. I'm not a fan of New Year's resolutions, but I'm a fan of setting goals. And resolution isn't strong enough. You're not committed as enough. So you need to be focused, you need to be committed, and you need to do the right actions. So that's where it comes back to that formula: B times do equals have. What do we have to do day in and day out to achieve that? Who do we have to become as an organization or as a team? We have to become aligned. We have to become focused. Whatever it might be, that's how we achieve our goals.
I've had this saying for the longest: change your perspective and you'll change your reality. But if you change your perspective without having the tools that you just mentioned, you're just changing to go back to the same place.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
I like that. And this last question, we're going to keep it very simple today because, we're ending the year. We want to start off the year strong. We would just want to give these nice bits and pieces that people can watch and like, man, okay, this is good. Just let's start off the year strong. And of course, anyone that's watching, again, Monte will ask you, well, let's get with this last question, and then I'll give you a chance here to talk about your other podcast so people that are interested watching, where they can find you. Our fifth question: what are some simple, impactful? This kind of aligns with the last one. What are some simple yet impactful changes that can make? Let me say that again. I'm sorry. What are some simple yet impactful changes people can make to start the new year strong?
One suggestion I would have for everybody, and I can improve on this myself, it's our daily habits. The results that we have
Guilty.
is
Good
all
one.
about what habits that we have during the day. Maybe it's our planning and preparation. Maybe it's how we communicate. Maybe it's how we use our time, what our focus is. But our daily habits, how we start the day and how we finish the day, make a difference. And what we do with our time in between those two. And I think if you want to change your life, and this is a big part of what I teach my clients, is getting into new habits as an individual and as an organization. Because you want to grow your business, you want to grow yourself, you have to change your behaviors. You have to change your way of thinking. So let's identify some new daily habits that you want to build. And some people say it's 21 days, some people say it's 66 days, but you've got to continue going on and building it a habit so it becomes natural to you. That daily planning, that being mindful of how you're using your time, that is a daily habit.
That part you just said becomes natural to you. I would say that you're saying that because to most people, the majority, not all, but to most people, it's not an easy process, maybe.
Well, when you're starting a new behavior, well, let's take going to the gym. Say I'm making that New Year's resolution. I'm going to go to the gym more. Okay. You should have that longer term goal. What do you want to be? What do you want to look like? What do you want to feel like? Well, you've not gone to the gym in a while. So now you're going to say, well, I'm going to go 4 days a week, 3 days a week. Well, now you got to determine what day I'm going to go, what time I'm going to go. And it's not a habit yet. It's just a new behavior that you're trying to put into place. So you come up with excuses. And until it becomes a habit, or that your body craves it, you're not going to go back to the gym. And so you've got to create this, just like in business. How are your daily habits, just like that exercising, going to the gym? How are your daily habits helping you move closer to your goals? And it's not a habit yet until you've done it for a certain amount of time, until it becomes a natural behavior. And I think that's where a lot of people get frustrated, is they don't wait long enough to make it a habit. It's still trying to get it. Well, I'm not good at that. Well, you haven't it hasn't become a habit yet for you. And, we all have the habit, hopefully, of brushing our teeth every morning. We wake up, we brush our teeth. Well, we don't have to be told anymore to brush our teeth by our mom, because it's become a habit.
Yeah.
And it's just like everything else. What else do you want to have as a habit? Going to the gym, planning your day, how you communicate, when you communicate. Those are all habits as an individual and as an organization. Now, when I say organizational habits, I really believe that there are 5 organizational habits that every organization needs to have in place to be successful. Number 1 is strategy. They need to have a clear strategy of how they're going to win and how they're going to be successful. That's a strategy as an organization. The second discipline is business development. In order to achieve that strategy, we have to have sales and marketing. We have to have customers. So business development is all about sales and marketing and our customer service. The third discipline is all about our people. How are we developing our people to be the best that they can be in their roles? And how are we hiring the right people for those roles? That's a people discipline. People are so important. You need a discipline around how you're developing them and how you are guiding them to be the most successful they can be. The next discipline is execution. We're all good at setting goals or making plans, but it's implementation and execution that's a discipline. And when I talk about a discipline of execution, it's about having 90-day action plans. It's about having accountability, peer accountability. It's about measuring our progress with key performance indicators. It's about executing on our strategy and our activities to get our results. The last discipline is mission. Mission is all about, who we are and what we're doing. Who we are is our core values, and how we behave not only with each other, but with our customers. So that's the foundation of an organization, is who we are, because people are going to come and go, but they're going to stay longer if they love the organization and who we are truly. And that's the power of that mission discipline, is developing core values and a sense of who we are as an organization. So those 5 disciplines help an organization grow. And if you want your organization to grow, you have to identify which of these disciplines do you need to focus on right now. And that's where the power is getting focused and putting in the right actions.
That definitely is powerful stuff. I mean, I used to think it was just focusing on the vision and the mission, 2 things. And look at that, you just gave us 5. And tell me about the habit creation. I read once that you usually need about, I think it was 21 days, but I believe it's more now, or they did some work, whatever. But is it 21? Is it 30? As far as how many days do you need to repeatedly do something so you can naturally create a habit? Do you know that?
I've heard 21, I've heard 66 days. It doesn't matter how many days it takes. It's the discipline that you need to put into place until it becomes a habit, because you're going to have bad days. You're going to fall off the horse. And so you got to get back onto it. And you've got to create that habit of, every day at 5 o'clock, I'm going to go to the gym. Every day at this time, I'm going to plan my day. I'm going to schedule my day, whatever it is. Every day I'm going to do this. That's a discipline. That's a new activity that you've got to create, and you've got to hold yourself accountable to it. You've got to bring the results that you want by changing your behavior.
That is awesome. And it's that's a very great response, actually. Not just because I'm here with you, but it actually where I wanted to get with that is it's different for every person. I'm tired of like all this generalizing thing, but when I hear you talk, it's like you're getting that generalization and adapting it to each person. Because how are you going to know if it's going to be 21 days with me or 30 or 60? It's just a matter
Absolutely.
of getting the tools that you're having, that you're teaching, that you have here for us, and implementing it. And maybe with one person will be 2 weeks, and another one will be a month, and with some other guy watching, it's going to be 5 months. Please don't
Absolutely
be
right.
that. Please don't be you. I'm kidding.
Absolutely right.
That's awesome. On that note, those are the main 5 questions. Well, I did have a few other ones for you. Is there anything, any last final thoughts that you would like to add here?
My belief is, again, if we're not growing, we're dying. And so as a CEO, as an executive, as a business owner, if you're not continuing to grow your skills, you become the ceiling of your organization. And your team sees it, your team will watch it, and they will stay or leave because they recognize what the ceiling is of their business. And so if you truly want to expand your business, you have to grow yourself. And that's why I do what I do. That's how I do what I do, is I help people not only grow their business, but they have to grow themselves to grow that business. And my goal is to help break through those ceilings. And that's one of my podcasts, actually, is What's Your Ceiling? And we interview folks that we talk about how they've broken through their challenges and their how they overcame certain things in their career, in their life, in their actions, to become something greater. Because we've all got a story. We've all broken through ceilings and learned new things. And it's fun interviewing people because everybody's got the same experience. You look at someone and you think they're so very successful, but they've gone through the challenges that you've gone through. They just may have gone through them faster, or they went through it differently. And that's the power of What Your Ceiling is, truly breaking through your challenges so you can overcome them.
And one thing that my own dad taught me was the order of father and son. I could I could do something on my own and have it take 20 years, or learn from my dad. Maybe it took him 20 years, and if I were to lower my pride and learn from him, it'll take me 2 years, based on the experience, compressed experience that he passes down. So why do I say that? Is because I love to, me personally, be a part of, and anyone watching, please, dive in, come in, lower that guard a little bit, because we have so much that we can learn from people that have already been through that path. You're not alone. You're not going through, oh my God, God's had something against me, or is picking on me, or the universe, or life, whatever. I'm almost 100% sure that someone in the entrepreneur world has gone something, if not similar, maybe possibly even worse than you have,
Yep.
you know? And this is a great spot, a great place to be able to hear not how they're going or been through those problems, but how they surpassed. And man, I want to be with those people. So
Absolutely right.
that's a great podcast to participate. What days are those?
What's Your Ceiling is the name of the podcast. And I've also got a second podcast called Why Coaching Works. And again, I talk to a lot of different folks that either have coached their employees or they're coaching a certain aspect. I've had fitness coaches, mental coaches, and business coaches on. And Why Coaching Works is a great conversation to help everyone recognize how they can grow and what that means to have a coach and what it means to grow from a relationship with someone else to help guide you and focus you on where you want to head and how you need to grow to get there.
I will challenge anyone that's watching to jump on any of these podcasts to check it out, especially this one. This is a powerful name as well, because in my journey with Monte, I've had a personal coach, life business coach in my past. I know how much a coach can really impact and help someone in the business life in general. But one thing that has happened in the past, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years, is that an oversaturation of I don't know if I can say this, wannabes, to the point that it kind of makes the real people, Coach Monte here, look bad. When in reality is there are those that try to be, and there are those that really do what they say they do. So let's make it more straightforward. There are those that just talk the talk, and there are those that walk the talk. And I want to be with those that walk the talk, that have been there, that have broke through the ceiling. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, to put it very simple, sometimes as a business owner, you're so much into your own little world there. Obviously, if I would have asked you something about your business, you would know. But that's the thing. You're so involved in your own little world there that you're not seeing certain details or angles that when Coach Monte comes in, it's very simple. He's going to see angles, or even, let's put it simple, what are you seeing behind you? You don't have eyes behind you. Monte can give you that nice perspective and help you, and maybe you feel in your world that, hey, I'm good. I'm good. We're doing good with my team. You have no clue. If you're good, why not get better? Right? I mean, why not elevate yourself, elevate the team, go for bigger goals? Why not?
Absolutely. We choose to be great. And the only way to be great is to continue to grow and learn and have those blind spots come to our forefront so we can grow and change and develop them. And that's the power of having an outsider look in. And I really define what I do is number one is awareness. I help you see things you can't see. And then I bring tools and resources. That's education. And then I help you implement those points of education. And then I hold you accountable to those goals and actions that you commit to. Those four words, awareness, education, implementation, and discipline, really define the process that I go through with my clients to help them not only identify their goals and where they need to grow and what they need to do to improve, but then we talk about implementation. And how do we make this topic work in our business, in your business, to get the results that you are after? And it does take discipline. Every one of us needs accountability. I've got coaches that keep me accountable to making certain actions. And we all need accountability. And having that outsider do that brings a sense of power and a sense of responsibility.
Gotcha. Do you mind if I ask one more question?
You bet.
So, anyone listening to this right now, they could possibly think someone that is in the hole, or might need help, could be thinking, man, this is I'm scared of what he has to say. I'm scared that he's going to come in and beat me up with all these issues. Is that the way you go about business when you enter someone's ecosystem, someone's business?
You talk about beating people up. Not at all. No, that's what my objective is, to help you achieve your goals. They're not my goals, they're your goals. And I help you recognize, where do we need to grow as individuals? Where do we need to grow as a team? Where do we need to grow as an organization to achieve those goals? And then we talk about, how do we implement? We may have to change behaviors. We may have to change our mindset, but it's about learning and growing. And I remember a wrestling coach that would yell and make you run and do all that fun stuff. I'm certainly not going to yell at you, but I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to hold you accountable to what you commit to. And that's the power of having a coach, is someone from the outside seeing things that you can't see, holding you accountable to get the results that you want. And the first step is recognizing what we do want and where we need to head and what we need to grow in.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, so if you're looking for someone that is going to be right next to you and hold you accountable and help you achieve your goals, Monte Wyatt. We have different podcasts. I believe it's 3 Wednesdays a month, correct?
Yep.
Cool. And we also have the next Inner Circle Insights with Monte, where you can join us live and hear a little bit of, or more into depth of these topics that he's talking about. It is a live call. He dives into other issues, other stuff as well. I would love to invite you. I'd love for you to come watch on this live call. Talking about live call, do we have a date for this live call of January?
January 20th.
January 20th on a Monday. We're gonna go in the morning, noon, afternoon.
Yep, we're going to go 12 o'clock noon Central Time.
12 o'clock noon Central Time on the 20th of January.
You got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still a little bit of hesitant, man, this sounds good, but is it really that? You want to dive into a little bit more from here to today, I would challenge you to check out some of this podcast to see why coaching works, to see a little bit about how other people have been, breaking through those ceilings. And most of them are invisible. Most of them are ourselves holding us back, right? But we don't even see that sometimes until we hear something else, right? So, I challenge you to be able to check out these podcasts. Challenge you to be here on the 20th with us on this live call at noon, our Inner Circle, Monte's Inner Circle Insights. And if by any chance you're already ready to take your business to the next level, again, you don't have to be in the crap. You don't have to be down below. You can be anywhere position that you just want to elevate your business. Give Monte a call. I'll make sure to leave his link so you can book a call with him, live call, so you can talk to him personally better right below in the comments. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Monte, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just want everyone to choose their success. We choose our future, and we have to grow into that future. So make sure as we start a new year, you're choosing your future, and then you identify the actions you're going to commit to taking to achieve that.
There's no better time to grab that bull by the horn than right now, starting this year. And why not with some guidance from Monte Wyatt? I'm Daniel Rosado. I was hosting this little interview here with Monte. I got to say, for the past 5 months that I've been with Monte, I have learned a lot just from listening and participating. And anyways, thank you a lot for this opportunity to be here with you, Monte. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.
Okay.